Everybody, it's Dr. Eudene. As we all know, 'tis the season to be jolly. But for some of us, 'tis also might be the season to indulge in a little bit of bubbly and a little bit of that spiced eggnog we've been waiting all year to taste. And that may lead it to being 'tis the season for us wondering, I wonder what gave me that hangover. So, have you ever wondered what causes a hangover? Now, before you say, duh, drinking too much, true, but you know what I mean. What gives us that mean, throbbing headache, room spinning, dry mouth, nausea, fuzzy head, feeling that happens to us a day after we have had just a little bit too much to drink? So this is what I want to talk about today. What gives us a hangover? And above all else, are there some natural cures that we can do to get rid of a hangover faster? Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Eudene. I am here to help you ditch the 3Ds, doubt, diet, and deprivation, to help you get your life back on track and live the life you were always meant to live. So let's talk about this. What causes a hangover? What causes a hangover? Well, there are a couple of things that have actually been shown to perhaps contribute to causing hangovers. And we're going to talk about a few of them. And then we're going to talk about what you want to talk about. How do you get rid of the darn thing? And is there a way that you can speed it up and make it go faster? Well, the first thing that causes a hangover, at least contributes to a hangover, is the way the body metabolizes alcohol. So the majority of alcohol, about 95% of alcohol, is metabolized by the liver. And basically metabolized means it's kind of processed and cleared out and neutralized by the liver primarily. And one of the first compounds or products that's created during this process is something called acetaldehyde. And what this acetaldehyde is actually a little toxic to the body. It makes the body feels bad. So it can contribute to palpitations and that hot flushing feeling that you get and that nasty throbbing headache and the vasodilation and the flushing that you get. That oftentimes has been shown to be contributed to the formation of acetaldehyde in the body. Fortunately for us, what happens after that is that then the body kind of quickly breaks that down into something called acetate. And do you know some recent studies are saying that acetate may also give us a headache? And then the body takes that and makes water and carbon dioxide, and then we get rid of the alcohol. Now, the body can metabolize that really efficiently if we only have about 1 drink an hour. And a drink, y'all, is about 1 ounce of hard liquor or 5 ounces of wine, okay? So that's one thing that can contribute to a hangover. The other thing that may contribute to a hangover is something called congeners. And you're like, what? Why am I getting a chemistry lesson? I just wanted to know what causes a hangover. Well, hang with me, y'all. It's not a chemistry lesson, I promise you. What congeners are is that when alcohol is being made and fermented, some of these products are produced during that process. And it turns out that dark alcohol or liquor has more of these products or substances than light alcohol or liquor. And that's why some people really do experience significant worsening hangovers when they drink dark alcohol. So what are dark alcohols? We're talking about whiskeys and bourbons. Actually, bourbon has been shown to have like 37 times the amount of these substances than vodka, a very lightly colored alcohol. And the same is true for red wine, has more of these than white wine. Interesting side fact, one of these congeners can be something called methanol. And methanol is a form of alcohol, but it's not that one that we want to drink, because when it's being processed by the body, it produces formaldehyde, and that makes us feel really, really, really bad. So that's just an aside. The other thing, as we all know, that could contribute to worsening hangovers or developing a hangover is not drinking enough water. And number two, the final one is drinking on an empty stomach. We all know that we shouldn't do that. We've been told that along the way. And this is why. Alcohol is absorbed really, really fast by the stomach and primarily by the small intestine. It's absorbed really quickly. So it spikes the blood. It spikes the blood level really, really quickly. It crosses into the brain and it starts causing all of these effects. Now, of course, if we have too much to drink, then a lot more get absorbed. If it's on an empty stomach, well, then it gets absorbed even faster. And so we feel the effects even more quickly and the body has more trouble clearing it out. Now, if you're eating and if you have food in the stomach, what happens is that it slows the absorption of the alcohol. So it gives the liver more time to clear it out. And you're thinking, oh, what type of food should I be eating with this? So you want to think fiber. Fiber slows down the absorption. Also, healthy fat slows down the absorption. And of course, lean proteins will do that as well. So never drink on an empty stomach. The other thing is that always make sure that you hydrate. Not with the bubbly, but with the water. Interesting fact. Listen up. Carbonated drinks also speeds up the absorption of alcohol. And so you feel more of the effects of alcohol with that. So you can get drunker faster, right? So when you're doing like rum and cokes, carbonation, it can do that. Sparkling water with your wine may be able to do that for you. So just an aside as well with that. Other things that may happen is that can contribute to a hangover will be that alcohol itself actually stops the body from really producing the sugar that it needs in between meals. So it stops the body from doing that. So we might experience low blood sugar levels, and low blood sugar levels or hypoglycemia can give us also a wicked headache. So now that we see some of the things that can contribute to worsening hangovers and all of that, what can we do? So we talked about one, make sure don't eat on an empty stomach. Number two, make sure that we hydrate. The other thing that we can do, so the question now becomes, well, are there like any magical cures that can like speed this up? Couple of things. So no magical cures, but there are a couple of things that research have looked into, and they're really quite interesting. Some of it you already know. For example, it seems that taking a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, such as ibuprofen, your Advils and your Motrins, actually can prevent that hangover headache. So says the researchers. Anyway, interesting thing is that drinks like Sprite have actually been shown to kind of speed up the metabolization of alcohol in the body and clearing it out a little bit quickly. Crazy, right? When you if you wake up with a hangover, hydrate. Make sure that you eat something at that time, because remember, part of the problem may be that your blood sugar is low because alcohol has prevented your body from providing you with energy throughout your sleep. So now you're waking up with low blood sugar. So you want to have something to eat. And this is might be when you want to have some carbs. So you want to throw some whole grains in there. You want to think about having an egg, because eggs actually not only have good proteins, etc., but also have good B vitamins. And the B vitamins can actually be used up in the process of clearing out the alcohol. So you might want to put that back, and that can leave you feeling draggy and fatigued throughout the day. So, but eggs also has something, that sulfur smell that you smell from eggs, that can also comes from N-acetylcysteine, which may also help you to clear out alcohol, helps the liver to work more efficiently to clear out alcohol as well. Now, you might also want to consider something like coconut water, bananas, because again, what they will do is that they would help to rebalance the electrolytes, because alcohol can throw your electrolytes out of balance because it's a diuretic, and so it can make you urinate a lot more as well, and that contributes to dehydration, and that's why you need to have more hydration when you awaken in the morning. So some interesting things on the horizon with this is nanotechnology, believe it or not. So it seems like researchers in animal studies, what they've done in tiny nanoparticles, they have included they wrap the enzymes in these tiny, the enzymes that help to metabolize alcohol in these tiny particles, and they've given it to animals, and it seems that that has been able to speed the processing of alcohol out faster. It's not a human study yet, it's still animal studies, it's still in the very beginning stages, but it certainly is on the horizon. In the interim, what we want to do is know our limits, right? So really try to limit it. 1 drink an hour at the most. Try not to have more than 1 drink an hour. Allow your body a chance to metabolize off the alcohol. Make sure you're continuing to hydrate. Make sure you do not drink on an empty stomach. Make sure you know your limits for the night. And also, please, if you're out, just enjoy a drink or 2 responsibly. Make sure you have a designated driver, all of those things, because really the holidays are about really keeping each other safe so we can all have a happy, healthy holiday. Until next time, this is Dr. Eudene. Bye-bye.